Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Well, it's a bit wet and windy outside today, but the good news is that although gardening generally is an outdoor pursuit, it's not always an outdoor pursuit. You can actually do some things indoors. So on these miserable days, it's good to have a little checklist of things that you could maybe accomplish indoors to keep your gardening process happening. So today I am going to deal with these jade plants because they are completely going wild in the pots that they're in, and I need to pot them on and just check them over to make sure that they're nice and healthy. So jade plants are also called money plants, and they're a succulent, which means that their leaves retain quite a lot of moisture, and they can, if they get wet, the leaves swell, and if they are dry, the leaves sort of shrivel up a little bit, but they can go for quite a long time without having any additional water because of all the moisture that they have in their leaves. I like jade. I've never had a jade flower, but I live in Hope. But I have had great success in propagating jade, and I'll put some links to some of my videos that I've recorded previously about how you can propagate jade, because it's actually really easy, and it's so easy. In fact, I am now overrun with small jade plants. I keep giving them away, but I think everyone that wants one, I've already given a jade plant to, so I've got a bit of a stockpile here. One day I keep saying that when lockdown finishes and if car boot sales actually start back up again, maybe I'd like to go to a car boot sale and sell plants as the main thing that I sell, because I've got, as I say, jade plants coming out my ears, and I'm sure I've got other things I can propagate and sell in the same way. But that's not happening for a long while, so I'm just going to have to look after these as best I can and find locations all over the house for them, so that they're nice and healthy. Excuse me. So that they're nice and healthy. So, as you can see, these are quite large plants now, and they really have outgrown their pots. This in particular, if I put it down the wrong way, it's just going to tip up because it's just too top heavy now. And these all started, each one of these started from a single leaf. So watch those videos that I popped the links up for if you're interested, because if you've got even a small plant like this, you can propagate and soon have a fine collection of them. So, so they're all in 2 small pots, and I'm going to move them up pots. And I've got some clay pots that I'm going to use instead of the plastic ones that I've got in most of these cases, because I want them to be decorative. I want them to look nice because they're going to be in the house, probably in the living room actually. I think I've got a table, and maybe put the selection of jade in there. And so I want the pots to look nice as well as the plants to look nice. So I've just got a tub of compost here, and it's compost, multiple purpose compost with some vermiculite in it. I'm just going to move the camera. So yeah, it's just multi-purpose compost with some vermiculite in it. You can actually get cactus and succulent compost, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm not going to freak out about that. The plants will stay in the pot with this for quite a while, so and because I've got so much vermiculite in here, it's going to be quite airy. It won't get waterlogged, and it ultimately won't have too much in the way of nutrients in it. So that's what I use, and I'm going to stick with it. So here's my first pot. It's a little bit chibbed, but it's a nice terracotta pot. And I am going to put, let's just move these. Woo! I'm going to put this big guy in. Just let me give you a close-up of it. I mean, you can see the leaves are lovely and glossy, looking nice and healthy. So hopefully long may that continue. Let's just move you out of the way. Actually, get hands in. So let's just see what the root system's looking like. So you can see there's quite a lot of, well, it's not root bound, but or pot bound, but there's lots of roots around the perimeter of the ball there. Let's just see if, yeah, I think I'll put a little bit more compost in. That should do. And then position this. This is the messy bit. So I'm just positioning it so that the top of the, what was the top of the surface of the soil in the small pot is still the top in this large pot, so I'm not burying it any deeper. There we go. One down, 3 to go. I think that looks very, very nice. I'll just pop this over here. So this is a slightly smaller pot. Still ceramic. Let's get some earth in it. I'm making a mighty fine mess in this kitchen table. And this is the second largest, I think. So this one here, so I'll pop that one in there. Might have put too much in. And as you're doing this, if any leaves fall off or even small branches fall off, don't panic, just pop them in a pot of damp compost and you'll get yourself some more plants. That's really how easy it is to propagate these guys. I wouldn't want this in any smaller pot because it's not going to be too long before it gets a bit top heavy. There we go, number 2. Another little terracotta pot. Maybe a bit more. There we are. Oh, I meant to put gloves on, but I'll just have to deal with my fingernails full of dirt yet again. There we go, number 3. One more pot. Now this one is quite long, really just a single branch, but I'm hoping that these little branches will branch out and just bush this out a little bit more. It's the leaning jade plant of Elderslie. A bit of a jaunty angle. I wonder if I can straighten this up. Let's try. See if we can alleviate the jaunty angle a wee bit. Slightly better. Right. So, here we have my new collection of repotted jade plants. Now I'm going to water these in. I'll give them a fairly good water because the soil is free draining, and that will do them for a while. With jade plants, I let them dry out quite substantially before I water them again, particularly over the winter time. And that's what I'll do with these guys, but I want to make sure they get plenty of water to water them in now that they've moved up to bigger pots. So the only I'm going to water them, well actually before I water them I'll put them in a basin or whatever because the water will flow through them. I'll need to go and find some drip trays for these pots, and then I will pop them in their location, which I think is going to be a little corner table in the living room for now, and see how we go. One of these days, as I say, I'll find some new homes for some of these because I do have lots. These are some of my bigger ones, but I've got smaller ones again, and I've got my main one, which I'll just show you in a moment. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you have, give me a thumbs up. Click on the bell if you want to be alerted anytime I post new videos, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. It helps you keep track of the videos I put up in the channel, and it's a nice little community, this channel, so we would love to have you on board. For now though, I'll say bye bye.